everybody, welcome back. Got a good one for you today. We're going to talk about our Palantir trade and what we're expecting to happen. We had a nice push up on Friday. A lot of the stocks had huge bars coming in, but most of the Dow had a nice push up too. But most of the other big boys didn't really do much of anything with all that activity that was coming in on Friday. So we're going to take a look at that and see if we can figure out what's a good trading plan for the week to come. And that week's going to start on August 25th, 2025. All right, so without wasting any more of yours or my time, we got to go. So first up, we're going to look at our Palantir and see what we think about Palantir. Then we'll look at the majors and go from there. All right, so now we know that Palantir, it didn't really have a nice push up on Friday like everything else did. It just kind of had put in this spinning top here, pushed up to this 161.84 area where it was once support. Now it's acting as resistance. We know we had this window that had opened here that had to be reconciled, so we came down and finally closed that window and found a little bottom down around 145 or so. Low of this pin bar here is 142.34, so we'll call it around 143. Right. We know we had some support here at around 146 in this area here, but we pushed through it but didn't close below it. So we know that there's some buyers in here somewhere. Okay, they stepped up and pushed this thing back up, and now we got the spinning top showing up on Friday, and so we'll see what happens when we open up on Monday. Monday the 25th. Now we know we had our close, and then the after hours pushed down to about 158.52. So our after hours put us down around here. See if I can give you an indication here where we're at in the after hours. Alright, so that's where we're at on this bar on the after hours. Okay. So of course if we open up below that, and I kind of suspect we're going to come down, and wherever those buyers are at, we're going to come down and meet them again. So I might pick up some more shares at around 146 and see what happens. The low of this bar was again 142, so maybe pick up some around 146 and then again around 143. Actually probably better off getting it around 143, but if you want to make sure you get it in the trade, I'd say 146, 145-ish would be a good place to get in. Let's see, this bar here, high of this bar was 144.97, so 145 sounds like a good number. In fact, I'm going to move this to 145. I like that number better than 146. Alright, so we'll put it right there. Let's see, the high of this bar was 145.16. So yeah, 145 sounds like a good number. So we'll sit there and wait for it to come back to us. What's this bar here? High of this bar was 144.86. Alright, so 145 is a good number. We're going to go with that number for now. See what happens, see if we can stay above it and continue to consolidate in this area. It's going to take a minute to turn this thing around, or I may just want to take off and run right now, but we'll see what happens. But we do know that the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ, of the three, the Dow was about the only one that I really saw that did anything major. And we can take a look real quick. Let's see the NASDAQ. What did it do? So this was the 22nd right here. So they put in a nice bar. Took out these 2 bars here, but didn't take out this 3rd bar. So this whole bar of this sell-off, it came back to about 50%, but it didn't take it all back. So we have to be careful with this movement here, because we don't look like we took out the whole thing yet. And if we put our we make that one big bar, we're about 50%. So, and then we're putting in this little red bar right here on Sunday, the 24th. Alright, so we don't know where this thing is going to be in the morning when it opens up. Maybe down here somewhere, or it may be up here somewhere, or it may be still flat. So we'll see what happens come Monday morning. But currently, is running into some resistance here, and it definitely is about 50%. And we know we hit some trouble here before in this area here at around 23. All right, so that's the Nasdaq, and then the S&P, kind of the same thing, and they had a nice bar push up back into this resistance area. After hours, it closed down in here somewhere. So we have to be careful with that one. The Dow is the only one that looked like it may be doing the right thing. Okay, one test here, one test here, one test here, and then the 4th test broke through. It may be coming back to retest for support before going higher, but we know the Dow looks like it wants to continue to run higher. So if our Palantir, SoFi, and all these guys are in the Dow, you may be continuing to run higher in these in the Nvidia or in the Dow. They may be showing strength for the Dow to continue going higher. So that remains to be seen. But back to our Palantir, that's what we plan on looking for. We're looking for either, open up above these 2 lines up here and retest this resistance area in here, or we're going to pull back, find some more support, gather up some more fuel to take off and go higher. Alright, so Palantir I'd be cautious with. Keep an eye on it. It's got overhead resistance coming in. It's got this overhead resistance here and here from that window that it opened. That may be our swing in here, that our little pendulum swing. That might be our center point for this particular trade going further. Because we can see our distance between here and here and here and here are almost the same. So that might be our center there, where that gap is or where that window is. Okay, so we're going to continue to want to play around with this area until we finally decide we want to take off and either go up or go down. Alright, that's all I got on Palantir. I just, I wish I had better information for you, but currently looking at it with that spinning top in there and with the Nasdaq and the S&P not looking so great, but the Dow is looking pretty super after that move on Friday. Just have to be wary of the potential reversal on Palantir because of the current setup. Alright, so that's all I got. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and be careful out there. These markets are crazy.